being created to help fight prescription drug abuse among teens. What medical officials are saying about the program.
And Forbes released its annual 30 Under 30 list, which includes an Arizona resident who's a community organizer and a DACA recipient. What she had to say about the award and what it means for the Dreamer movement.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News here on Arizona PBS. I'm Maya Petros.
And I'm Ryan Curry. Thank you for joining us.
PBS has terminated its relationship with veteran journalist Charlie Rose following sexual misconduct allegations. Earlier today, CBS News announced that Rose had been fired from the network. PBS has aired Rose's interview program since 1991, and at CBS, Rose was a co-host of CBS This Morning and a contributor to 60 Minutes. The allegations against Rose say he groped and walked naked around staffers and prospective workers at The Charlie Rose Show, a production created by Rose's own company. In an internal memo, CBS News President David Rhodes wrote, quote, "Despite Charlie's important journalistic contribution to our news division, there is absolutely nothing more important than ensuring a safe professional workplace, a supportive environment where people feel they can do their best work. We need to be such a place." The firing of Rose comes after weeks of new allegations against politicians, entertainers, and other journalists. Cronkite News reporter Sydney Eisenberg is looking into the challenges faced in all workplaces when dealing with sexual harassment policies and claims.
Harvey Weinstein, Roy Moore, Senator Al Franken, just a few of the names currently facing allegations of sexual harassment. Now, add Michigan Representative John Conyers to the list. BuzzFeed reported Monday that Conyers' office paid a woman more than $27,000 under a confidentiality agreement to settle a harassment complaint. Teresa Marzoff, owner of Culture Engineered, a human relations consulting firm, says those claims are not a new phenomenon, and each one must be looked into.
And also be sensitive to the fact that questioning can sometimes be hard for that person. It's very emotional, whatever they're sharing with you. So block out time, uninterrupted time.
However, questioning someone does not always go over well.
You know, I've had several conversations with leaders, and they immediately are upset that their integrity is being questioned, and who isn't?
Marzoff says preventing sexual misconduct in the workplace takes time.
A lot of companies just hit a handbook first day and you never talk about it again, or you only hear about it when you're in trouble. That should be really something, if you have a handbook or maybe just a core set of values, should be accessible all the time and something frequently revisited.
Records from the U.S. Office of Compliance show Congress has used $17 million of taxpayer money to settle discrimination suits since 1997. That encompasses all kinds of discrimination suits, not just sexual harassment. But that figure could be higher since it wouldn't include severance payments. In Phoenix, Sydney Eisenberg, Cronkite News.
The conversation on sexual harassment continues tonight on Arizona Horizon. Stay tuned for a discussion with a Valley lawyer who specializes in workplace harassment.
A new program is being created through Barrow Neurological Institute and Dignity Health to help fight prescription drug abuse among teens. According to a study by Dignity Health, 2/3 of Arizona parents believe pain medication abuse is a problem among teenagers. And as Mia Atkins reports, their worries are not unfounded.
25% of the teens surveyed admitted they used prescribed pain medication without doctor consent. This new education program would aim to bring these numbers down. Arizona health officials held a news conference to talk about this growing opioid abuse epidemic, specifically among teenagers. Sandra Indermule, medical director for Dignity Health, believes the first step in preventing teen opioid abuse is talking about the issue.
Communicating to them that it's a problem, that it's dangerous, that they should not take medication that's not prescribed to them, and they should not take more medicine than is prescribed.
Taking more than prescribed is an issue. 18% of teens surveyed said it was okay to take more than the prescribed dosage of pain medication if needed. Dr. Javier Cardenas of Barrow Neurological Institute says high school athletes are at a greater risk for opioid issues because they experience more injuries.
There is pressure to return to play and pressure to play through pain. Therefore, they are more likely to take opioids longer than is prescribed and at a higher dose than is prescribed.
To help fight that, the opioid education program will help educate student athletes, their parents, and coaches on the risks of addiction and abuse.
Just to give them that confidence that they're strong enough to say no and that they have control of their own decisions. I think giving them that power to make decisions for themselves is really key and really important.
Right now, Tempe Union High School District is taking part in the pilot program, but it's expected to hit the rest of the state starting in January. Live in the Media Center, I'm Mia Atkins, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is dedicated to covering the opioid crisis. You can watch our documentary, Hooked RX, From Prescription to Addiction, and find resources for getting help online at hookedrx.org.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona filed a lawsuit today against the Phoenix Police Department, claiming that it has refused to release public records on the protest of President Trump's rally in August. The protest ended after the Phoenix Police Department used smoke bombs and tear gas to disperse the crowds outside the Phoenix Convention Center. The ACLU says it's received many complaints from peaceful protesters about police actions that night. The Phoenix City Council has previously scrapped a plan to hire an independent investigator to look into those events.
A Valley woman is one of Forbes' 30 under 30 this year. Reina Montoya is a DACA recipient and founder of Aliento, a community organization focused on helping undocumented youth and mixed status families in Arizona. Cronkite News reporter Courtney Malley spoke with Montoya about what this award means for the DACA movement.
Reina Montoya founded Aliento in 2016 after her personal experience with an issue many families face in Arizona, being separated from a parent due to immigration status. Her family fled to our state from Tijuana, Mexico when she was just 13 years old. But after she graduated college, her father was detained for 9 months, turning her community activism into a career.
I knew theoretically how to get my dad outside of detention, how to fight his deportation, but what I didn't know it was how to process what it meant to me emotionally.
It was because of her own stress and anxiety after being separated from her father that Reina Montoya founded Aliento. The organization focuses on community healing through art and political education, and now her work is being nationally recognized as one of Forbes magazine's 30 under 30 for social entrepreneurship in 2017. But Montoya says winning this title,
this is not only about Reina Montoya, that this is about, look, America, what is the nation that we can be, right? What are the possibilities?
With a staff of 6 people, the organization provides financial and emotional support for Dreamers after the Trump administration rescinded DACA in early September.
So we put up together fundraisers. We were able to help over 60 DACA recipients to get scholarships, so then they wouldn't have to pay for the $500 fee. We partnered up with attorneys to ensure that Dreamers would have pro bono help, so then we could prevent as many barriers for them to actually get the renewal process.
While Montoya works to try and ensure other Dreamers have a better future, her own is uncertain after she failed to qualify for renewal of her protected status. Aliento is organizing a caravan traveling from Arizona to Washington, D.C. on November 25th, advocating for a more permanent solution for Dreamers.
So now I really hope that through our efforts and the efforts of many other people across the nation, that they're able to see the urgency, and then we actually have a vote before Christmas. So that would be the best Christmas present.
The caravan will include anywhere from 50 to 100 Dreamers from Oregon, North Carolina, and Texas. Montoya and other DACA advocates will be in the Capitol through the end of next month, speaking to members of Congress, continuing their fight for a permanent DACA solution. In the Broadcast Center, Courtney Malley, Cronkite News.
President Donald Trump announced today that his administration will end temporary protected status for Haitians by July of 2019, potentially forcing tens of thousands of Haitian immigrants to leave the U.S. or live in the shadows. Arizona Representative Raul Grijalva took to Twitter to criticize Trump's decision, saying if only Donald Trump treated Haitians displaced by the earthquakes with the same sympathy that he treats his friends on Wall Street. 58,000 Haitians live in the U.S. after the earthquake that destroyed the island in 2010. TPS allowed these immigrants to live and work in the states, but now their future is uncertain.
The Zimbabwe parliament erupted in cheers as the speaker announced the resignation of President Robert Mugabe. Joining in the celebration from afar was Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, who spent time in Zimbabwe in the 80s and is the chairman of the Subcommittee on Africa and Global Health Policy. Flake took to Twitter to voice his support, tweeting, "This is wonderful news." Flake has been monitoring the situation in the country and further tweeted he hopes this is Zimbabwe's first and last strongman president. Meanwhile, crowds gathered in the streets of Harare to celebrate after the resignation announcement. Also announced was that recently fired VP Emerson Mnangagwa will take over within the next 48 hours.
The president had a scheduled phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin this morning, and countries Syria, Iran, North Korea, and Ukraine were on the agenda. The phone call came a day after Putin met with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, and a week after Putin and Trump spoke informally at a summit in Vietnam, where the White House says the two agreed on a number of principles for the future of Syria. Well, the house flipping business has been booming since the end of the recession.
And a new report shows that Arizona is one of the best places to flip a house. Coming up on Cronkite News, we take a deeper look into the house flipping frenzy to see what makes a good flip and what not flop.
Plus, food pantries and soup kitchens are flooded with helpers this time of year, and they're thankful for it. But they need help the rest of the year as well. How you can get involved next.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Show where we tackle the taboo and debate the tough questions with some of the most interesting minds in the game. I'm Carlos Watson, electrifying conversation, Friday, only on PBS.
Turn on HGTV and you're sure to see people flipping houses. And that trend is going strong here in Arizona. Cronkite News reporter Erica Arrington spoke to local real estate experts to find out what it takes not to flop with your flip.
You could say there's a house flipping frenzy going on here. Our state is one of the best places to flip a house, according to a Wallet Hub report. And those shows you watch on cable are forcing flippers to do the job right.
We have a newer housing stock to begin with, so the houses themselves aren't as old as houses in the Midwest and on the East Coast.
Marty Boardman fixes and flips homes here in the Valley and says that it is a very competitive market since buyers know what goes into a proper flip.
With the proliferation of these house flipping reality TV shows, people are up on the latest design trends and styles, so they want to see that your house looks like the house they saw on HGTV the night before, and they want to know that the rehab was done right, and they can tell when the rehab was done right or when it was done wrong.
According to Tina Tamboer, senior analyst for the Cromford Report, which tracks the Phoenix housing market, flippers are able to buy homes for around $170,000 and then resell them after renovations for around $210,000.
That's the market the fix and flip investor is catering to. Somebody who wants a move-in ready home within $100,000 to $300,000. They're very, very active, almost exclusively in that.
When it's a seller's market, it's great for fix and flip investors because you know when your house is done, there's going to be a buyer ready to buy it.
And our great climate also attracts a lot of buyers.
People from the Midwest, from the East Coast, from Canada, they want to buy houses here in Phoenix and live here. So it's an attractive market for all types of investors.
In the real estate market, for a home to be considered a flip, the home must be purchased, flipped, and sold all within a 6-month period. Erica Arrington, Cronkite News.
American Airlines will end service to and from the Laughlin Bullhead City Airport after airline officials say the ridership was lackluster. Nonstop flights from Laughlin to Sky Harbor Airport will end in February. Each flight of the 70-passenger jet needed to be at least 75% full, but American Airlines says ridership failed to reach that mark.
While holiday travelers are flooding the airports, shoppers are getting ready to flood the malls, and volunteers are flooding soup kitchens and food pantries. As Fraser Allen Best reports, it's a welcome change from the feast or famine cycle that food banks face during the rest of the year.
At food banks like So Others Might Eat in Washington, the Thanksgiving rush is on, with donations flooding in. A rush that pantry manager Anna Urand wishes she could stretch throughout the year.
I always say, hey, why don't you do Christmas in July? And that'll prepare us for the slower months of August and September.
That seasonal boom and bust is seen by food banks across the country, like the one run by Vineyard Church in North Phoenix, where Jim Hummel is director of operations.
It's that time of year when people just are more apt to give. And the summertime is lower in donations.
Hummel says that when donations get quiet at other times of year, the pantry does outreach to keep contributions up. He says that while it's not the same as the end-of-year rush, it keeps a steady supply of food coming in.
We do 3 food drives a year as well, canned food drives. We get a lot of food donated.
Food banks like So Others Might Eat also try to be proactive to beat the summer doldrums.
Everybody is on their summer vacations, they're at the beach, and we're still here and we're still trying to feed the hungry.
Hummel says that the end-of-year rush might be more than just a show of holiday spirit.
We qualify for the Arizona tax credit for the working poor, so we start getting in some of those donations.
Overall, the message from food banks is to remember the spirit of charity, even when Thanksgiving is long past. In Washington, Fraser Allen Best, Cronkite News.
Today, President Trump participated in one of his more fun presidential duties, the National Thanksgiving Turkey Presentation, during which the president pardoned a pair of turkeys.
Upon being pardoned, Drumstick and his friend Wishbone will live out their days at Gobbler's Rest. Beautiful place.
The turkeys, Drumstick, and Wishbone arrived in D.C. yesterday and were treated to a VIP experience and stay at a luxury hotel before today's festivities. Trump stood for several minutes at the podium, revving up a few turkey-inspired quips, including a joke about revoking the pardon of the 2 turkeys President Obama pardoned last year. The annual opening of the Arizona Snowbowl Ski Resort is a sign that winter is here.
But this year, it took some man-made effort to get the resort up and running. Coming up on Cronkite News, a look at what was done to get Snowbowl open without Mother Nature's help.
And we are currently sitting at 78 degrees. I've got your Thanksgiving forecast coming up.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. Join us each weekday at 5:30 and 10 as we bring you the top newsmakers who impact the state. We cover the stories in depth that shape and affect our local communities, and we take the time to ensure that all voices are equally heard. For more than 30 years, Arizona Horizon has been your voice and your source for what matters most, right here on Arizona PBS.
Officially from 36, and he hooks it in. Arizona State wins. Keeping one deep, and it is caught. Jalen Strong. Do you believe it?
Thanksgiving is just 2 days away, and for many desert dwellers looking for an escape, that also means the start of ski season in Flagstaff.
But as Emily Bloom tells us, it took some man-made help to get the slopes ready.
Today marks day 1 of ski season at Arizona Snowbowl. And at Ski Pro here in Phoenix, they're ready.
We start in July.
And while Mother Nature didn't have as much to do with this white run as the snow machines,
well, the snow behind us was made in 3 nights.
No one is complaining.
Average opening is mid-December. So being open for Thanksgiving used to be a not happening kind of thing. But since we've added snowmaking, it's almost guaranteed as long as we have the colder temperatures.
They're not making little flurries They're blowing mountains of snow up there.
Over the past 3 years, Snowball has made big investments to make this mountain a ski destination.
But it pays off because we know that we will be open every year.
They've added 3 chairlifts.
It's like a Cadillac. It's fast, it's smooth.
And right now they're building a new restaurant and bar.
It's another world. It's awesome. You got to try it.
While only a fraction of the trails are open right now, a little over a mile.
We'll be outside, we'll be enjoying physical activity, we'll be teaching our babies to enjoy it, and it means everything to us.
They're hoping for a full opening by Christmas.
I love going up there. I can't wait to go. So we might go tomorrow.
Now, the energy and excitement of those folks was just electric, so we are certainly happy for them. Back here in Phoenix, a little bit of a different story for us. We are sitting at 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Our temps across the state at the moment, we've got 61 in Show Low, 76 down in Tucson, 59 up at the Grand Canyon, and 82 for those of you in Lake Havasu. Taking a look at our temps across the country, perhaps you have some travel plans with the upcoming holiday. Chicago, you are sitting at 34 degrees. We've got 54 in New York, 40 in Portland, and 44 in Denver. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, we've got a little bit of a low pressure system right now passing over Chicago, Toronto, and it's going to be moving into the northeast part of our country in the coming days. We've also got a little bit of a weather maker up here in the Pacific Northwest. These are some regions that you're going to want to keep your eye on because there could be flight delays associated with these weather systems. Back here at home, it's going to be a warm one for us. We are looking to break a record. We've got 89 as our high. That is going to break the record of 87 set back in 1950. That record exists for both Thanksgiving as well as November 23rd. As we head into the rest of the week, Friday morning, perhaps you're trying to get on some of those Black Friday deals. You're going to want to pack a jacket with you. We're starting off the morning at 58 degrees. As we head into the rest of the week, we're really looking to hold on to these temperatures well above average, mid to upper 80s with our overnight lows in the upper 50s. For Cronkite Weather, I'm Emily Bloom.
If you're looking to get a start to your holiday celebrations a little early, the Governor's Office of Highway Safety wants you to know patrols are ready. The statewide DUI holiday enforcement starts its first saturation patrols tomorrow, and they will run through New Year's Eve. 79 law enforcement agencies will participate, and specially trained drug recognition experts will be working DUI patrols as well. As always, agencies ask that you celebrate responsibly by having a designated driver.
In a different step towards safety, 26 new wrong-way signs are now in place along I-17 between the I-10 stack and Loop 101. That's the same 15-mile stretch where ADOT is installing a first-in-the-nation wrong-way detection and warning prototype that uses thermal cameras. The signs are mounted above the left lanes of the freeway. Research has shown that most wrong-way drivers, most of whom are impaired, likely will be traveling in those lanes.
The many cacti across Arizona are one of the staples of the state's natural beauty.
And one Arizona city is hoping to use them to bring about some civic pride. Coming up on Cronkite News, a look at the Maryvale Art Project that's sending cacti across the city.
Fridays, it's at Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Then join us for at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh, each Friday at 5 on Arizona PBS.
This fall.
I'm so excited!
What? From the inspiring to the amazing.
You're in the presence of history.
The compelling.
He said, "Welcome home." It was just a powerful moment.
To the astounding.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
And from the breathtaking.
This is real.
A journey to Mars.
To the electrifying.
We're going to change the world.
All this and more. All this fall.
Oh my God!
You may see some more saguaros around Maryvale, 50 more to be exact. It's part of the Maryvale community's Traveling Cacti Project. Marcia Opong shows us how these cacti are created.
I'm standing here with Shelby Johnson's third grade class at Victory Collegiate Academy in North Phoenix. They painted this tall 6-foot cactus courtesy of Maryvale Revitalization as part of the Traveling Cactus Project.
I'm just an artist that like to draw stuff and paint stuff and color.
Third grader James Castillo is one of the artists helping with the Traveling Cacti Project. He's helped paint 2 saguaros.
I color with green and white, some blue.
The Traveling Cacti project is sponsored by the Maryville Revitalization Corporation. All of the cacti will be on display at Desert Sky Mall for the launch of the project. Then they'll travel to businesses in the area. Each one is unique, created by Boys and Girls Clubs, community centers, and charter schools.
Our kids loved it, and like I said, it's just it's an easy way for us to incorporate a little bit of art and to give back to the community into this project.
This is the first big project where we used like a wood and then paint and glitter, and so this was definitely the big first project and the first thing that's been requested by someone outside of the school.
James, you want to get that top?
Victory Collegiate Academy received 3 cactuses to paint for the project and are currently working on their 3rd one.
Anything hands-on, anything just out of the norm where they can be creative and express themselves, they really, really enjoy that.
We're always looking for opportunities to do different project-based learning, things like this, and this was a great one for us.
The school plans to participate in more art projects in the future. In Phoenix, Marcia Opong, Cronkite News.
The cacti will be on display at Desert Sky Mall from January through May before traveling to other businesses. If you spot one, take a photo and post it using #TravelingCacti.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up later on PBS NewsHour.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. What fraternities can do to curb drinking and hazing on college campuses. That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Next time on the Vietnam War, as U.S. troops withdraw, they return to a divided nation.
When we threw our medals away, that got their attention.
But what would become of the country they left behind when the Vietnam War continues?
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Hi, I'm Paula Kerger, president of PBS. The programs you love to watch, like Antiques Roadshow, PBS NewsHour, and one of my favorites, Downton Abbey, are here because people in your community and across the country, like-minded people who love great programs, have made a financial gift. Viewer support, that's you calling or going to our secure website right now, are the single largest source of funding for all the programs you love and can't find anywhere else.